G'day, and
G'day.
welcome back to another episode of Patio Down Under. Steve-O, episode
2,
season 3. That's it.
I like getting it right. I really do. I like getting it right. How many times we stuffed it up?
Yes.
So
Yep.
no, it's good. So we've been. I think last time I said I was going to get a camera set up, and I had every intention to. I got all the equipment out, but I
Yep.
was missing some connectors, and I couldn't get it plugged in. So we'll have to do that
Yep.
next time. But we'll get onto it sooner or later.
You couldn't get it going.
No, I couldn't get it going.
Maybe you need a Camagra.
Yeah, they do come in handy.
Yes.
So anyway, so no cameras today, but we'll get onto that next time.
Yeah.
But we do have we've still got a few emails to get through, which is what we said we'd do.
We got a few we got some emails. We need more, guys. So if you're sitting on a story or you want to discuss something or you want our opinion on something, not that our opinion is the be all and end all. We will never ever claim that we know everything or that what we believe is right. Like I said, everyone has different experiences, but share your experiences, your stories, give us any opinions or questions, send it our way to patio-downunder@gmail.com.
That's it.
Not www, whatever.
No.
Or even, I know if you feel like private messaging us on TikTok, I've got a Instagram account up. I've got no pictures or anything, no content on there, but we do have an Instagram account. That's patio_down under.
Right. Yep.
If you want to private message us on there or something, or you can email us. Just feel free, and we can.
And our YouTube channel's up.
Oh, and our YouTube channel's up as well. Check that out.
I did put the 360, which we might have mentioned last time. I don't know.
Yeah,
I might have mentioned it. But we did put the 360 video up there. But all our podcasts from Spotify are up there.
Yep.
But I think
the YouTube account is more for the videos that we're hoping to get out.
which we will get to eventually.
All those wonderful 360 videos that look really good.
I've just been flat out. I just
sitting on your computer.
I know. I have not had a chance. It's just work has been. Anyway, let's not get into that.
Good news. I've been listening to a couple of vloggers. Before we get into the emails, I like to spread this news. Listen to a couple, and I've heard 2 different vloggers mention that girls are starting to move back to Patio.
Yes.
The girls far outweigh the guys there at the moment because it is low season there, so not many tourists. But girls are heading back, and look, I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. But apparently, girls are going back. They're outnumbered the guys, so they're obviously looking for work, and back to old prices. Like I think he said 1,000 to 1,500 baht. So
great timing for us.
That's old prices. That's 10-year-old prices. 1,000 baht.
I know, but anyway.
Yeah, not for you.
Not for me. No. But anyway.
Yeah. So it could be. Hopefully, we're getting back to normal. Or the good old days.
The good old days.
I also did see we discussed on one of our last recordings episodes, or whatever, about the Walking Street and what they were doing. They've actually started taking down the big signs because they were saying that the signs now in Walking Street, all the nightclubs, signs for nightclubs and all that, bars and whatnot, have to be a certain size. So they've started taking them all down, but they've only taken them down. Apparently, I think. I could be wrong. I might have misunderstood. From what he said, they are taking him down just on the beach side of Walking Street.
So you reckon it's going to happen?
I think it might. There's something happening down Walking Street. Personally, I mean, look, Walking Street's great. It's good to go clubbing, all those clubs there. But
I'm glad they've got it because
no skin off my nose. I'm not a big fan of Walking Street.
I don't mind it because people talk about, you've got to go to Walking Street. So it attracts a lot of tourists there, which is great because the place needs it. It needs tourism. It needs us. It needs everyone to go there and spend money. Otherwise, it dies.
Yeah.
So anything they can put there to make people come is great.
My only concern with Walking Street, if it does sort of change and drive tourists away, what will tend to happen is you'll get a lot of those, how can I say this, not politely, uneducated tourists, people, first-timers who think Walking Street's the fucking be-all and end-all, and they carry on like dickheads, young guys who had their first beer and they don't know how to control themselves. You're worried that they'll start moving away if Walking Street loses that attraction. they might move away and move into places that, you know, a lot of expats and that hang out, like, you know, around.
I know what you're saying.
Around
It
sort of the
pushes
Cower area.
It pushes people to other regions.
So if that happens, then yeah, that might change the dynamics of the place. But anyway, stay tuned.
But we discussed that
Watch
before,
this space.
and there are some changes slowly happening in different areas of just outside of Pattaya.
Yeah.
Where you know, different races of people who have or sort of stayed or whatever in certain areas of you know, Jomtien and all that sort of stuff. They're now slowly starting to move into that you know, Alkay Metro area. You know, they're starting to sort of not infiltrate or anything like that, but just move
Migrate.
Migrate. That's a better word to use. So things are changing anyway, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's going to change that. I think it's a matter of time before it really starts to flow in.
Yeah.
Because it's all about money.
There are
if you're willing to pay money,
Yeah.
you can get an establishment there.
Yeah, I mean, there are other places like, you know, Tree Town's up and running now, and then they're going to be opening Drinking Street again.
Yeah.
Probably, Soy Made in Thailand, then Drinking Street's probably going to open up again. So I guess if Walking Street does, and there are newer places, there's a place out on Pattaya Klang, I think. It's got all these new bars. Is it Pattaya Klang? Anyway, all these new bars. So they are expanding, so to speak. Like, so if that does draw the tourists away from Walking Street, then there are other places. They won't all just congregate in one place. You know, it's not going to be, yeah. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see
Wait and
indeed.
see.
We'll see
Yep.
indeed.
Another thing I just remembered, literally just off the top of my head, we did get a text message in a private group from a mate of ours.
Oh, yes.
With a bit of feedback on a bit of his feedback from him. We have covered this in another episode early on. I was listening to a few earlier episodes, and we have
we
covered this, and it's just something that I'm trying not to do it this podcast. I don't know if trying not to and ah too much. It's fucking hard.
but it's harmless.
It's harmless. You're funny.
Well, it's just, you know what? You can watch lots of videos, and I think a lot of people, and I watch them, when they actually get to that point and say something like or ah, you'll see their videos are edited, and I reckon they cut a lot of that out themselves. Ours is raw. We don't cut anything out.
Maybe they do.
I only cut out once where I think it was raining or something. It was just, we went quiet for a second. We went pause, and I just cut that quiet piece.
Yeah,
out.
Was it thunder or something?
Something happened. I can't remember one of the episodes, and I just cut a little bit out. And
Yeah.
other than that, if we and ah the whole episode, that's pretty much you get what we're doing.
Yeah.
Nothing diluted.
Yes. So that's our. I just did it.
You just did it again.
It's so hard.
Now it's stuck in your head.
Yeah.
I know.
Another thing I just want to mention that I heard on another YouTube vlogger was he made a point, and something that we sort of struggled with on our last trip, and so I've actually mentioned. So on our last trip, I mentioned how we had an itinerary.
Oh, the planning.
Plans, and we never did any of it. This guy, one of his well, I just and ahed so much. I'm trying not to.
Forget it. Just do what you got to do.
So he advised any newbies not to plan your trip, because if you plan your trip, you're not going to do anything you plan. Everything's going to go by the wayside, and you'll have a good time, but you'll come away going, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And that's exactly what we did. And that's the first time I've ever planned a trip, and it's the first time I've ever walked away going, oh, I did regret not doing this, I regret not doing that. So that's some good advice. If you're going over, especially if it's Pattaya, don't fucking plan too much. Don't just go, because you'll have a good time whatever it is you do.
I know. In saying that, our first part of the trip was completely planned, and we went everything to schedule.
That's different.
The Kanchanaburi trip.
Yeah, that was different. That was more.
I know, but it was well planned. Yes, it was well planned.
Yeah.
The only time that we did something and it didn't go exactly to plan is when we went to the waterfall. We got there a bit late.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But we went.
Yeah.
So we did it.
Yeah.
So we did plan to get on the motorbike and ride around with the 360 camera.
We did that. Yep.
So that happened.
Well done.
And we did plan to drink a lot.
Yep, we did that too.
We did that.
Yep. Yes.
So there's a couple of things we did.
We did, but that's the thing. Like that's what I was sort of saying. Maybe don't plan it, because if you don't plan anything and you end up just drinking and
Being a potato.
girls and drinking, you're still going to have a good time doing that. So you're not going to walk away with any regrets.
I know that. I know
so
that. I still don't see a problem with the plan.
I think it's good advice.
I really do understand what he's saying. So
Yep.
if you're not a person that can handle regret, like, I regret not doing this or I regret not doing that,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I can deal with it. You can deal with it.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with planning.
There's always next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
it's not, not the end of the world.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to get onto this
Anyway,
email.
onto the email. And I just one thing I want to say. So it's not so much this email. There is another email we've got to read out in another episode further down the track. We've got a couple emails from overseas, from Europe.
Yep.
And one of them, and I'm looking at this email now. This guy's from Sweden. Clearly, English is not his first language.
Yeah. So we
Now I know some people in the vlogging world or whatever read an email from someone overseas and they fix up the English and whatever. We're not going to do that.
We're not doing that. No.
We're going to read it as it's written because honestly, this guy, English is his second language, and from what I'm fucking reading, his English is better than my Swedish.
There's
right?
Nothing wrong with that.
So I think he's done a fucking good job for someone who doesn't speak. Yeah. So I'm going to read it as is.
Yeah, that's fine.
I might correct it to make you understand it a bit, but I'll read it as is because I think he's done a great job. It's like, any time I'm over in Thailand and, I might be with some mates and girls are speaking English and their English isn't great, my mate will pull them up and hang shit on them and I'll just turn to him and go, sorry, how good's your fucking Thai, mate? You speak one language, buddy.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Anyone who speaks speaks English as their second language, respect.
No, I can't argue because I'm very shy.
Exactly. We're first generation's Italian. Our parents are fucking Italian.
And we can't
speak shit. Well, we can, but we wouldn't survive.
We don't
in
do
Italy.
it. We don't do it because it's embarrassing.
Yeah. Anyway, on with the email. So, look, he hasn't mentioned whether he wants to remain anonymous or not.
We're just going to say he's from Sweden.
We are on the side of caution, so we will keep him anonymous, but he is from Sweden. And the email reads, hello from Sweden. First of all, thanks for the best podcast. I really like it. Thank you very much, Sweden. I like that. That's good.
Good start.
Question. I am single man that really like Thai women. Huh? You're on the right podcast? I only look for serious long-term relationship. I have found one Thai woman on dating site, ThaiCupid. She is no bar girl. She works in Bangkok in a mall. She's 28 years old and oldest sister in her family. Now, we'll just stop that there.
So we've had this discussion.
We had a bit of a heated discussion before.
Because I'm...
We'll play good cop, bad cop here.
Yeah,
You're the bad cop,
I guess.
Or maybe the good cop.
Well,
it depends.
Maybe, it depends on what really happens in the end here. So,
that's right.
So Sweden, the fact that she's saying she's not a bar girl and she works in Bangkok in a mall.
Well, is she saying that? He's saying she's not.
She's no bar girl.
Yeah, she's not saying that to him. He's saying that to us.
Yeah, because
okay.
I would assume though that.
Hey. Remember, you know what happens if you assume.
I know, but
make an ass out of me. Anyway,
but
she's no bar girl.
Well, just by reading this,
yes, I know what I'm thinking. Yes,
she's probably been a bar girl.
I'll let you finish.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Yeah,
I think she could be a bar girl, and I don't want to upset you, Sweden. I would go there and find out for myself. And you'd have to stay there more than 5 days or something. You have to stay with her a little bit. Because if you want to turn this into a relationship, you can't go there for 5 days or a week. You need to stay there 3-4 weeks to really find out, because you being with her the whole time, you need to keep an eye on her actions. You need to keep an eye on her attitude to things and how often she wants to move away from you and keep on her own, because these are the signs that say she's communicating with other men. So I'm already saying, be very wary, Sweden, that she may have been a bar girl. She may have stopped.
Look, I'm thinking, just for context, we might have to read the whole email.
All right,
and then we'll go back.
All right, we'll go.
All right, because I'm just thinking now, it might not make sense what we're saying. Anyway, we have been chatting 1 year now, and I'm going to visit her first time soon. He sent this email to us a little while ago, so hopefully you haven't committed too much yet. If she like me and her to move to my country, Sweden. but I need first pay her family a Thai dowry, like money gift. What I understand to marry her. It's tradition with a question mark. I really like this girl, but I don't want to be fooled. The gift of money is normal 260,000 baht to her family. And after that, she's saying she are going to work hard in Sweden and pay every month money to her mum and dad to support them. It's also tradition that older sister in family take care of her mum and dad, she says. I really like her, but I just ordinary worker in a plastic fabric. I think maybe he means in a plastic factory.
Maybe a plastic fabrication company?
Maybe,
right.
Yep. I don't know what to do, actually. Find a new Thai woman who is not so tradition, or at least not older sister who needs to take care of her family with money. What do you guys on this podcast think? I talk to a lot of Thai women. This one seemed really honest and we can talk. All other is just fake. Just say what I want to hear. I don't like. It's not easy to think Thai women is the most beautiful woman on... It's not easy to think Thai women is the most beautiful woman on earth. So that's it. So
we'll go back.
We'll go back and,
right?
and we'll just...
And
yeah, so back to...
part.
So she's no bar girl. She works in a Bangkok in a mall. Now, she's working about... Like, he doesn't say where the family's from. Are they from Bangkok as well? I don't know. If they're from Isan and she's working in a mall... girls that work in like retail store.
Yeah, he's saying she works in Bangkok.
Yeah. But I'm saying is the family from Bangkok as well, or has she moved?
It's a good question.
Has she moved from Bangkok to Bangkok from Isan?
Well, that's not normally they're
because if she's moved from Bangkok to Isan, from Isan to Bangkok, and she's working in a mall, I'm assuming in just retail. She's not cutting the mustard financially. She's not making enough money to support her family. I would assume not.
No.
So.
She'd have to be moonlighting or something.
So she might be working in a mall, but she could also be freelancing at night. That's, potentially what could happen. Now, again, if she is doing that isn't necessary. It's a red flag, but it's not a deal breaker because it can work for a relationship with a girl with that background can work. It's probably a 1% chance, but it can work, is what I'm saying. So,
and I hope Sweden goes over there and everything she says to him is real. Yeah. I really hope because I know some people here, and I'm still hoping to try and get one of them on the podcast. He's been in a relationship with a Thai woman. He sent her bucket loads of money, and there's a question I'd love to ask Sweden. He talked about the Thai dowry. Has he been sending her money? Yeah. Over that 1 year period.
Yeah, we'll get to the Thai dairy soon. I just want to point out this. She's 28 years old, an older sister in her family. I wonder if she has any kids. Does she have kids?
He hasn't mentioned that.
If she has kids, she's 28. If she's got kids that are older than 8 years old, or actually older than say 5 or 6, then she's probably been knocked up by a Thai guy back in Isan, and he's fucked off and left her with the kids. So she's gone after it. These are things that you probably got to consider. So if that's the case, if she does have a kid that's over 5 years old,
and she comes over to Sweden,
maybe even
she's
10,
she's going to be expecting she's going to be expecting him to pay stuff for that too.
Potentially, yeah. Well, we'll cover that as well, yeah. So we've been chatting 1 year now, and I'm going first time soon. Oh, good luck, enjoy, lucky you.
And to me, that's another one already. He hasn't met her.
No, that's right. Yeah,
and that's the other reason why I said he needs to stay there for 3 or 4 weeks and keep an eye on her because
definitely.
And again, Sweden, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to put it out there as what some people are already thinking about this, and that is that she could be completely full of shit, and as he said, he goes, I don't want to be fooled. Yeah, and I agree. I don't want you to be fooled either, mate. Yeah. But the other one too, where it goes on about, he said the gift of money is normal 260,000 baht. Well, the girl I was talking to, she wanted 1 million baht.
Yeah.
So, considering that 260,000,
that's reasonable price.
Reasonable, yeah. So that on its own sometimes can be seen as that's not too bad.
Yeah, but it's not quite clear because he says she want if she like me and me her to move to my country Sweden, but I need first pay her family a Thai dowry like a money gift. What I understand to marry her, it's tradition. Now, it's not clear if she said to him, "I'll come to Sweden, and then if you want to marry, you have to pay a dowry. Or if she's asking for a dowry up front to move to Sweden. If she's asking for a dowry up front to move to Sweden, I'd be careful. But if you're just saying that she wants to move to Sweden and then if you decide to marry, pay the dowry then, well, that is traditional. That's standard. That's nothing out of the ordinary.
Would you be willing to hand over the dowry while she's still in Thailand?
No.
Yeah. So that's the other thing Sweden we discussed too, is that you don't want to be paying a dowry until she's actually in Sweden.
Yeah,
because you send the money over, and all of a sudden her phone changes, everything changes. You never hear from her again.
Yeah, she comes over to Sweden, whether she stays with you 3-6 months, whatever you plan on doing. If you can find a job for her, if you can find her work, if she does work and does send money home, and look, at the end of the day, if she's working and just supporting her family and you're working and supporting you two, that's fair enough. But if she's working and supporting her family and you're paying a bit extra to support her family because the fucking buffalo's sick and the motorbike crashed and the car's fucking crashed and all that shit, then they're red flags too, I think.
Yeah. And the other thing too is, I guess, and he doesn't say this, but I would be obviously cautious too from the point of view, as you know, you bring them over. Let's say she does everything like it's legit. She gets over there, and once she's there, passes a period of time where she can now stay without him, and makes a life for herself there, and sends money onto the parents, and does everything on her own. You know, I'd like to think that they're not all thinking that. I think some of them really do want to find someone, and we've had this discussion before. I'm sure they do want to find someone.
I think a lot of the times, you wonder if a lot of the times they genuinely want to find someone, and then you know how a lot of relationships are the same. But whether it's a Western girl or a Thai girl, relationships are all the same. You meet someone, and all you find is things you have in common, and it's the honeymoon season. 12 months down the track, you start to find those things that annoy her. Or that annoy you about her. And then you start to, she starts to piss you off.
Yeah, I know.
That's possible for a Thai girl. She could come over and go, you know what, I think I'm going to work with this guy. And then you get back to your life in Sweden, Australia, wherever you are, and you fall back into, you just live your life like you normally do. Come home, fucking get on the piss, get drunk every night and fucking pass out. No chick's going to put up with that.
Yeah.
They're the pitfalls of any relationship.
Yeah. And in those instances, I think that if she comes over and you're like completely different to what she thought, and that's why I think you need to stay there for 3 or 4 weeks yourself, and you really need to stay there and live as you are.
Yes.
Over there.
Yeah.
So she can see who you are.
Yeah. And what life is going to be like.
Yeah. And if everything you do she's okay with, 2 things you need to look at is if you're overdoing it because you want to find out and she puts up with absolutely everything, to me that's a red flag. Because she should be questioning certain things if they're not good.
Yeah.
Because if she doesn't, and she just accepts everything.
Well, she could be 1 in a million.
1 in 260,000.
I used to work with an older guy, and the old bloke said to me, if you ever find the perfect girl, shoot her before she turns bad. Anyway, we move on.
So that
may be something you need to discuss with her before she comes over. You say, look, you come over, I will help you and support you for a period until you find work. Once you find work, that money you make is for you and your family.
Sure.
And I'll keep earning and I'll pay the bills, pay the rent, and you keep supporting your family. Like a prenup almost. Come up with a plan of how things are going to work. If she's not sticking to that and she's asking you for more money, on a fucking first plane back to fucking Bangkok.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hope it works out for you, Sweden. I hope she is a good one. I hope she is a person that just works in a store in Bangkok. Are there other sisters and brothers? If she's the oldest, there's got to be another sibling there.
Yeah.
She may be able to work in a retail store in a mall in Bangkok, because maybe there's 4 of them and they all work and they help the parents.
Maybe, yeah.
And so that's why them working in that field is okay.
Yeah.
So there's so many things here we don't know because we've only got so much information in the email.
Yeah.
If she's the eldest and there's only one other, like an older brother maybe.
Yeah.
She's the oldest girl. Okay, there might be just one, but she's the oldest and the youngest.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's definitely the old. Well, it's their sister, so she must have even if it's a brother, she's the older sister still.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. But anyway, I think that I think you need to go there 3 or 4 weeks and really keep an eye on her and see. You really do need to push a little bit to ask to see her phone. You want to know what she's doing.
It's not just so much seeing her phone; it's just watching her behaviour. I don't know if I've told this. I think I've told the story.
You have
about the girl.
Reiterate.
She was talking about a shop. We were in Bangkok and we'd just gotten back from a few days somewhere, and she was showing me her phone. Oh, she asked me about a shop, makeup shop, Sephora, if we had any in Australia. I said, I'm not sure. So she's Googled it, and a shop's come up in. There's a few around, but at the time, there was one in Chadstone Shopping Centre in Melbourne. And she showed me on the phone and gone, here, look, there's one here. Do you know this place? And as I'm looking at her phone, a message has popped up. Can't wait to come over and fuck you or something like that. And I was like, it's just phone behaviours.
Yeah.
And this girl I went away with for a few days, and I knew I'd been told by other people she had a boyfriend. I didn't really care much. But, like her behaviour, she told me, he's my ex-boyfriend and he's doing some renovations and he's back and he's asked me to help with the builder and communicate with the builder. Okay, whatever. So every night she'd go outside and, the hotel and talk to her and, I've got to discuss what happened and fucking what? Like, seriously. So it's that kind of behaviour you got to be careful of.
Yeah,
if she's acting very strange with her phone and...
Yep.
Yeah,
And as I said, if you're with her for 3 to 4 weeks, you'll find out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, especially if you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is if you go there and she has to keep working, and you're not there, I just don't know if that's the time she uses to communicate with people, and it's going to be difficult for you to then assess what's really going on.
Yeah.
So I'd hope that she takes time off to be with you to find out whether you're the one.
Yeah, see, but it's not. I don't think it's like that here. They don't get annual leave or stuff like that.
No, but if Sweden goes there and says, "Don't worry, I'll pay for everything for you while you're on holiday,"
I'm not sure how it works there. I'm just not sure because I'm not sure they can just go. I'm not coming in for 3 weeks. I don't know if that'll fly. But that might be another thing. Maybe just tell her, I'm just coming over for 10 days, and because if she does have other sponsors and other. She could be telling them the classic one, I've copped this one too, and I know it's bullshit. I'm going to stay, because they stay in the temple. It's, I think, 3, 5, 7 or 10 days, or there's some.
Yeah. Natalie did that one to me too.
There's a certain amount of time. Now, one of them tried it on me, but I knew it was bullshit because before that, one of them told me she was going to the temple, and she genuinely did. She was sending me photos. She was video calling me from inside the temple. Right, and she was dressed all in the white and sending me. So she did genuinely stay in the temple. Then another one came. I said, I'm coming. We were talking. That's right. Next week I'm going to go to the temple for 7 days. We're not allowed to have phones or anything. Really? Are you sure? Because I know one girl that maybe that's a different temple. Yeah, fucking right. Eh?
They're all different.
Good on you. So that's a good one. But so maybe you got to protect yourself. So maybe. Give her that one, so I'm coming for 10 days, but extend your holiday by a few more, because she may have made an excuse to anyone else she's talking to. She may have told them, I'm going to be in the temple for 10 days, I can't talk to you. And you go there and on fucking day 9 say, guess what? I'm staying an extra week. See what happens then.
Yeah.
You got to protect yourself. It's sneaky. I know it's a bit sneaky. But he can
turn it into a fact that he can say, I surprised you, I changed my flight.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. You got to be like, I've mentioned it before, there's like one of the girls that I got really serious with. I tried every trick I know to catch them out and nothing, So, you've really got to look after yourself. And at the end of the day, if she doesn't like what you're doing, then it's probably not worth it anyway.
Yeah, well, he's got to remember he's making a life commitment here.
Yeah. So to summarise, I think, it's worth having a crack.
Yep.
Sorry, let me speak proper English here, not use Aussie slang because you mightn't understand. It's worth giving it a go, trying something with this girl.
Yep.
But just be careful.
Yeah. The longer you can stay there, the better for you to assess what's going on.
Like I've said in the past, 3 strike rule. If there's 3 acts of uncertainty, from her, then don't bother. She's hiding something.
Yep.
You know, she comes up with my phone ran out of internet or my battery died, and this happens a few times, then red flags. See you later.
I agree.
But go over, give it a go. Maybe pull that one on her. Tell her you're there for 10 days and stay an extra few. See how she behaves after that. Because, like I said, if she's talking to someone, she's probably covered her ass for those 10 days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
So, yeah, there you go.
There you go, Sweden.
Yeah.
And thanks for the email.
Good luck with all that.
I think that was a good discussion we could have about what you're wanting to know about. If anyone else has feedback back on this, if they want to tell us anything, by all means, send us an email. Put it on Instagram, I guess. I don't know. You've said it. Hopefully people can get onto it and they can message us or something if they want to. And we're happy then to, maybe someone else has got some advice. They've got an experience of their own that they'd want to share so that Sweden can maybe make a better decision on this. We can only give our experience and what we understand of what we've seen. So, by all means, give us some feedback if you want to.
And Sweden, keep us updated. Let us know how you go.
Yes, please.
Good luck with it all.
Yes.
And remember, Steve-O?
Love is only a bar stool away.
All right. Thanks, guys. Till next time.